So what is the difference between someone who literally creates their dream life and someone who cannot get to their goals no matter what they do? My name is Olga, and I wanted to talk with you about one place where you need to be to create. And don't worry, you don't need travel money. You literally can get in that place now. So think about it. When do you start setting goals? And when do you start asking universe for something? I can guess it's when you don't have at this moment something that you either had in the past and lost it, or something you never had but you desperately need it. Am I right or am I right? So let's say you had amazing job and you lost it, or you had certain amount of money you was able to save and you lost it due to circumstances. You had beautiful relations and you lost it. So now you're trying to manifest the same thing or something better. But from what place are you coming from? You're coming from the place of loss. And what I hear from people in this category, like really often, I had like this level of income, and literally all I am asking is to give me back that level of income. Or like I had this really nice relations and I don't know what happened, but if I created it once, I can create same relations, or even worse, when people ask for the same person. So just I am asking universe to give it to me, and guess what? Chances are you never will be able to get to your goal. I'm sorry to break this news. Why so? Well, it's easy. Because you still in the past and you grieving your loss. So where do you put all your energy? You put all your energy in the past, in your loss. And let's just recall the formula of manifestation. Energy flows where attention goes. Your attention is still there on the people who did you wrong, on your loss, on the person that maybe she or he had to move on. Some people with us for season, some people with us forever. And maybe they are with another person now, or enjoying their single life because the chapter is really over, but you still hang up on, I want to specifically this, like this relation, this amount of money because. So you are in the past. And what you fueling with your energy, where you send all your energy, not into creating money as you think, but into fueling the loss. So you can feel it longer and deeper. Why do you need it? Exactly. And I understand it's all subconscious. That the tricks our brain play on us. It is what it is. But once you really explore it and once you really see it, there is no going back. Like, you will not be able to unsee it. Impossible. So ask yourself now, like at this very moment, and be honest with yourself. And more honest with yourself you are, more chances you have to actually get to your desires. Why do you want that desire? Does it come from the past failure or from the past loss? Why that desire showed up in your life? Or, like very often, people ask for something they need immediately. Is it possible to manifest something on the spot immediately? Probably yes. Energy, universe, field, it's literally all energy of creation. And it's as easy for the energy of creation to create $1 million or to create $1,000. To create $10, to create $1,000. Question is vibrationally you able to receive? Because remember, to receive something, you need to be vibrational matched to that something. And if you're not, it stays energy. It doesn't transform into material thing. So let's look at people who really ask from the place of need, and they need something immediate. And what I can recall immediately, it's I was scrolling through posts in one manifestation group, and it was a few years ago, and many people were asking the same thing, like, oh, I need like $1,000 to pay my rent, or I need this money to pay this bill, or I need, but very often, like what was showing up, I need this amount of money to pay my rent. Do you think they will be able to manifest it? Well, even though I don't want to say it, but most likely no. And why no? Because look where they coming from. They coming from the place of luck. Like, I have this bill coming up, and I don't have money to pay it. And if I will not pay it, I will be on the street. So I really, really, really need this money. And I mean, it's really sad situation. I get it. But again, energy flows where attention goes. Attention goes to the scarcity, to the need, to the bill upcoming, to the lack of money, to the possibility of being evicted. So what fueling those things will manifest for you? Exactly, more of those things. And money is not on the list. You will manifest more unpaid bills, more luck, more things to worry about. And in what place those people live? They live in the future. Because you know what? That day when the bill is due didn't come yet. And you still have plenty of time to come up with the money you need. You still can find ways to pay that bill. Things still can turn in many other directions. Or I had one client, and she was trying to manifest her dream relations, and she was very deep in personal development, and she was helping others to manifest their dreams, but somehow she wasn't able to get to her dream, to this specific dream. Like, she was able to manifest her dream houses, her money, her travel, but somehow relations, that's where she was stuck. And she knew exactly how she wanna feel with the person, and she knows exactly like how that person will look like and everything. And we couldn't find like what's wrong. And like, she knew so much about energy and manifestation, and it still didn't work for her. And then I asked one single question. I was like, hey, okay, so now it's 3 p.m. and if, let's say, that person is given to you and they will knock on your door at 5 p.m., how would you feel about it? And she's like, hell no. Like, at 6 p.m. I have my yoga group. Like, I cannot tell people I'm not coming. So, yeah, and then I was planning to go to see my friend. And like, what do you mean he will stay in my house? Like, what do you mean? I'm staying in my house. Like, why somebody else will be here? And it was like so many fears and so many emotions. And then we both start laughing. Like, yes, consciously she wanted to have those beautiful relations. Subconsciously, her life was already set up the way there was no space for someone else. Literally. Every hour of her life was planned already for a few months ahead. And then from thought alone, that now that person will be living with me in my place, and I need to shift my schedules, and I need to make time to spend time together, to make dinners, to do something. It just was driving her crazy. She's like, hell no. Like, I don't want it. And of course she wanted relations. So you see, she was so much invested in the future subconsciously into how she will fit relations in her busy schedule, that literally she was pushing it away, even though she was doing everything right. But apparently the most important thing was wrong. She never created space in her life for those relations. I can tell a story from my life. So I'm coming from corporate America, and I always dreamed about my own business. Like, I really wanted it so much. And I had like so many stores, I had like so many things. You know, I was running online and I really enjoy it. And like, I was top rated seller on Amazon, on eBay. It was time of eBay. I liked it. I had really good products. People liked it. They were coming. But I never was able to surpass $1,000. Never. I never had one single month where I would make over $1,000. And I couldn't understand what it is until a friend of mine asked me like something about taxation, and funny thing, like in my corporate life, I do finance. So of course I know most of the things about taxation. And I told him, like, look, everything that is like your profit over $500, it was that time, it will be taxed as your income. And he was like, well, okay. And then I realized something. I was afraid so much of paying more taxes than I already was paying, that subconsciously I was holding myself back from making more money. Because, like, you take whatever you made as your income and you deduct your expenses, so that difference, that margin, that's what will be taxed if you made more than $500 in profit. And I was scared. I literally was scared to make more, because I was worried about the time that, like, April comes and I will need to pay taxes on those amounts. And I perfectly understand that more money I make, like, yes, I will pay more taxes, but more or less percentage-wise, it will be the same. So the reason I would be paying more is because I made more money, which is a good thing. But subconsciously I wasn't accepting it. So every time I would try to manifest larger sales, subconsciously I was going into the future, to April and to tax day. And I was like, no. I don't want to pay more. And of course, like, I always would keep my sales subconsciously under the taxable amount in profits. And yeah, so I invite to think you to think. Let's say, take your desire and imagine you already have it now. Like, at this moment you have it today. What scares you the most? Maybe you want this luxury car and you don't know how your boss, how your co-workers, how your friends will treat you. Maybe you want to create more money, but then you're afraid that, like, everyone and their cousins will come and ask you for money, and you want to be a good person, so you will have to give them even if you don't want to. Or maybe you want these amazing relations, but then when you start thinking about person actually being in your life, you're going to, like, oh my God, like, I don't have money to take that person out, or I don't really have enough free time to spend quality time with them, or I don't have this, or I don't have that. So where we are at this moment, we're going in the future, and notice all our fears live in the future. We're always afraid of something that didn't happen yet, that may potentially happen, but event is not guaranteed. We're always afraid of something that we expect to encounter in the future. And that future event, it didn't happen, potentially it will not happen, but in your head, you lived already through 1 million scenarios how it's happening. And because you created millions of these scenarios subconsciously and lived through them, You train your subconscious never get to that desire because it's not safe. And we all remember, right, that our subconscious doesn't distinguish between tiger that actually sits in the bushes and waits for us, and we're scared because we see the fur pattern or their nose or eyes or whatever, or we draw tiger in our head and scared ourselves. Goal of subconscious is always to protect you, to ensure you will survive. So what scares you about your desires? I would invite you to take a piece of paper, to write down your desire, and to look, why do you want it? Where it's coming from? Is it coming from the past loss? Is it coming from trying for something really hard and never getting it? Is it coming from desire to restore something you had before? So again, we're talking about loss. And if that desire would show up on your doorsteps now, today, after your happiness evaporated, after you hold it in your hands, after you did your happy dance, when you woke up next morning, what would be your fears related to this desire being in your life, being your reality? And remember at the beginning I said there is actually one place where we can manifest everything we want. We can create it really quick. And that place is now. And you will say now, like, what do you mean? I'm now all the time. Didn't see my desires yet. Well, that's the trick. Most of the people, they are never in the present moment. They never ever live in the present moment. They always either in the past, thinking about how was it at that time, what I lost, where did I go like 10 years ago and how much fun we had, what, like, who hurt me, who did me wrong, everything like from the past. These people literally living like they going backwards with their back facing the direction of movement. You never will hear from them about future plans. You never will hear from them about the things they're planning to do. You never hear from them about something new that like showed up on the market, happened in life, whatever. But every day you see them, they will tell you story from their past. They always live in the past. They always turned to their past and they always looking at the past. But they moving that way to the future, so they never look at the future. They don't even aware that future exists, live alone present moment. And then there is another category of people who always live in the past, in the future. So they always they look at something that will happen one day. They always in their dreams about what will happen. And what means to live in the moment, in the present? It's to be aware. To be aware, how are you doing financially at this moment, even if it's not comfortable? It's a power to look at your bills, to look at your bank account, admit that it's not where you would like for it to be, but you can start taking steps to create what you want. It's about looking at your relations in present moment and admit, like, yes, here I wasn't best friend, here I wasn't best daughter or son, here I wasn't best partner, and come up with steps you can take to improve. Look at your health. Are you as healthy as you dream to be? And if no, again, admit it. Like, once you look at situation from the perspective of now, that's when you took your power back and you can create what you want. Look at it. Past, it's memories. You cannot create anything in the past. It doesn't exist anymore. Future, you cannot create in the future because it's not here yet. Tomorrow never comes, because every time you say tomorrow, you're talking about day that is not here at this moment. And when you wake up tomorrow and talk about tomorrow, again, it will be next day that didn't come yet, so you cannot do anything in that day. Where you can do in now. Now, you can listen to this video. Now, you can look at your desires manifestations through the prism of what you hear. Now, you can make conscious choice to change something. Now, you can take actions that will lead you to change. But it all happens in now. So what starts happening when you're in now? Well, when you bring back your energy from the past and from the future, and you will ask now, how do I bring my energy? Easy, really easy. Just through intention. Just close your eyes, breathe in, breathe out, and say out loud. And if you cannot say out loud, say it in your head. I'm calling back all my energies from past and future, situations, people, events. And just breathe and feel how your energy start filling you up. And you literally will be able to feel it. You will feel how more present you are. You will feel how emptiness inside got filled. You will literally feel here, in this moment. Because remember, when you live in the past or in the future, your energy is scattered. And you feel in those situations is the ones that happen, but they don't matter anymore. Or the ones that potentially will never happen, but you feel in fears related to those situations. And you know why I'm saying fears? Because literally, there are whole courses that teach people to celebrate their manifestations before they happen. Why so? Why you need to teach someone to celebrate something? Well, easy. Because human psychology builds the way that it always looks for the danger. to ensure we will survive. It looks for anything that potentially may kill you or hurt you to ensure it can be avoided beforehand. That's why you always have pictures of your fears in your head and not of celebrations. Bring your energy back. And as you do so, bring all your energy in your heart. Think about it. Your heart has way more powerful energetic field than your brain. It's literally portal to all your desires and manifestations. And as you bring all your energy in your heart, look at your desire. Feel into it. Feel gratitude for this desire coming to you, for you having this desire. Remember, many people, they don't even have hobbies, desires, goals. They just kind of getting through day after day, but all their days look the same. So congratulate yourself on having that desire. Congratulate yourself on wanting the change. And as you do so, feel into energy of your desire. Does it come from the grief, loss, revenge? Or does it come from the place of fear? Or does it come from the place of love? Yes, love. Love for yourself, love for your close ones, love for humanity, love for your clients, if it's business, love for all the people you can bless with the money, if it's money. And it doesn't mean to give. Because remember, when you do any purchase from small business, from mom and pop store, at the end of the day, someone literally does happy dance there, so you bless them. More money you have, more people you can help. More money you have, more power of choice you have. Look at your desire. And now, as you can see it from all sides, restate it, rewrite it in the way that it empowers you. That doesn't come from place of luck, that doesn't come from place of fear, that doesn't come from any lower vibrational emotions, but that comes from the place of love, growth, expansion. And now from this place only, when you in your heart, in the now, start be grateful for your desire. Start be grateful for having it already in your hands. Feel it. Feel that it's already here. And you know what is even more important? Start taking very physical actions to make your desire come true. And remember to take those actions when you are present in your heart, in the present moment. And I guarantee you, when you're in that place, when you feel in gratitude, when you feel in love, when you feel in expansion, sooner or later, each of your desires will become your new reality. May what shifted today continue unfolding for you. Be centered, be intentional, and keep evolving. Until later.